Hey everybody, Mandus Buckle here at Maximum Muscle Report. We want to introduce you for a brand new show. We brought it to you months ago. We're relaunching Bodybuilding by Bodybuilders alongside co-host Lord Brown,
Hello.
Justin Dees,
How's everybody doing?
and our special guest for the week, the one and only Jon De La Rosa. John, thanks for
What's
being
going on, guys? Thank you for having me.
here. Now we got a special edition here, although we're a week behind. This is the only show where you're going to see four people who were actually at Nationals talking about Nationals. George, kick it off. What did you see there this weekend?
Man, I've seen one of the most craziest finishes that I've seen with bodybuilding since I've been covering it. It definitely was exciting, man. If you were there, as the division started going on, like as far as getting up in size, I feel like competition got better. And then that was just like a perfect pack to it. It was a big stage. But most importantly, I think the guys delivered. Like I said, you seen that last, uh, pose down or overall, competition. Uh, Man, it was crazy. They moved the guys around, they rejudged it, and like I said, man, you see how I'm talking right now. I can't really put it into words, so I'm gonna just pass it off. It was fun.
Justin, what'd you see? You were right there, bird's eye view. Justin,
Yeah, sorry.
go ahead.
You know, I was really impressed with the level of competition this year. It was insane. I know we'll get to it, but the body division, I thought it was impressive. Um, it, I think it was ran a lot better than last year. Although these shows are so big, I think it's always going to be a problem. How long they take? There's so many competitors. The stage was great. The lighting was great, and it was it was a very tough show, man. Very competitive.
John,
Well, I was, as a bodybuilder, I'm really happy that bodybuilding seemed alive and well this year at Nationals, right? Not to disrespect anybody who's been competing the last few years, but this is definitely, at least to me, seemed like the most competitive lineup in years. Um, And I mean, kudos to the guys. They all looked really, really good. As a bodybuilder, I'm just really proud that that part of our sport is still alive and well, and there's still interest. There's still guys that are training hard, and again, the competition was just, it was a lot of fun to watch. Again, as a bodybuilder, I couldn't have been more proud.
you know, I think this was one of the most exciting nationals in the last decade.
Yeah,
Um, when they rejudged the super heavyweight class, because nobody really was sure. There was no clear cut winner this year.
yeah,
No big name this year. There was not a, well, this guy's in the show. He's walking away.
right,
It was a bunch of blue collar guys battling it out, and they didn't have a clear cut winner. So when they rejudged it Saturday night, that place went nuts.
yeah, yeah,
Absolutely was pandemonium. And the last show that I remember that was that exciting was 2015 when they brought back out Sergio Oliva Jr., Eddie Brockmani, and Izzy, and the three of them were battling for those two top spots, and
yeah,
and everybody knew whoever won that class was eventually going to win the overall. So that really was the overall battle. I
yeah,
haven't seen that much excitement in a show since 2015, and those are some pretty legitimate names.
yeah,
So you know, when you talk about the guys they brought back out, man, we talked to a few of them after. That was the highlight of their career so far. And you're talking about guys who didn't finish first and second. They finished third, fourth, and fifth.
yeah.
Uh, John, give us just even an idea of what that must be like when they pull back out 2 or 3 guys or 4 guys to battle, because that's something that very few people ever get to experience.
Yeah, I mean, the time that has happened to me, it's like it's an instant shot of adrenaline, right? Like you're tired, you're posing, they're putting you through it, and then they call you back out, and you know it's go time. I mean, it's a really difficult thing to explain. Except, like I said, you just get this shot of adrenaline. You're like, all right, let's do it. I got another round in me, and I'm gonna give it all I got. And I'm sure those guys all just got goosebumps and were like, again, just ready to go because they knew what was on the line. You know, they knew that for a lot of them, like myself, I've lived my life wanting to be a pro bodybuilder, and now living that has been an incredible experience. But I remember going back to that, you know, when I won my title at the USA's, and I was battling it out for 1 and 2 as well. And when they called me, I was just ready to go. You know, I remember they worked us and worked us and worked us, but man, you get the second wind of, you know, of energy, and just you know, this is it. I got to leave it all right here. You know, so again, it's just super exciting, man.
You know, Justin, some people may not notice very much, but those of us who are around year after year after year and get to see things from all angles, from a fan's perspective, from an athlete perspective, and from a business perspective, there was a lot of changes at the venue this year. It was the same venue, but the backdrops were all different, the
Yeah.
setup was all different, the expediting crews were different. Did you notice it? Did it have a positive impact, a negative impact? Did you not really notice much of a difference for you?
Well, I didn't get to go backstage, so I didn't get to see what it was like backstage compared to previous years. But from the expediting and the flow, it seemed to go really well. It seemed to be very smooth and no hiccups. It just seemed to be run very, very, very
Yeah.
smooth. And I think they did it as fast as they possibly could. But I get again, the sport's so big now that at these shows, there's so many people, and I was really surprised at how many people they were able to run through. It went quicker than I thought it would.
Yeah.
Last year seemed to be slow.
Yeah, the backdrops and the setting and everything were really different. John, I saw your reaction. What did you think?
I mean, I think, you know, we put in, as athletes, we put in so much time and effort into displaying our physiques the best way that we can, right? And sometimes, you know, not knocking anybody, you know, because everybody's budget is different. But when you walk across a stage like Nationals, USA's, you know, even the Pittsburgh Nationals, North Americans, you wanna feel some kind of prestige, right? You're supposed to be the best in your division,
By the
vying
way,
for a pro
John,
card. Yeah.
JM's going to get all over you for that Pittsburgh Nationals comment.
No, you know, when you walk across those stages, those are prestigious stages.
Yeah.
And but when you do some of the local stages, you don't get that kind of feel, you know. So I feel like a lot of these stages, when you walk across them, you want to feel like you're almost a pro, you know. So I think they did a great job presenting the stage, the sponsors, all of that stuff. You know, again, sometimes you go to these local events and you're walking across a high school auditorium stage, and you don't quite feel like, man, I worked my ass off for 20 weeks. The lighting sucks. You know, there's not much. There's not much of a. I don't know. You don't get the sense of professionalism that you should.
The screens were awesome.
Oh, they were great.
Yeah. Well, you know, John, I think it's real easy when an athlete runs into a situation like that. Isn't the simple solution, if you don't appreciate the way the show was that you went to, you just don't ever go back to that show, and you support the people who spend the money and put on a great production because
Right.
you feel you have a value
Right.
there,
That's what I mean. Like the shows like the USA's, like the Nationals, like the Pittsburgh Pro, those stages, you feel again that you're a professional. You're
Mhm.
being treated like a professional. You're walking across a stage that looks very well done. Again, sometimes at some of these local events, the NPC events, sometimes these promoters don't make you feel that way. And again, I mean, I'm not saying it's because of any other reason. Maybe it's budgeting issues, whatever it is. But I really enjoyed watching these guys walk across the stage at Nationals because, I mean, even I was like, wow, that stage looks really cool. I want to be on that
Really
stage.
was.
You
They did
know?
a bang up job.
Yeah.
George?
It's a good stage, man. It's even from the jump. Like the only other place that I had to go to security is at an Olympic. So even before you even get upstairs, you go upstairs, you figure this is just like you was talking about. You spend all of that money. A national show costs more than a normal show. So you spend all that money. So when you walk in the video, you see a huge jumbotron, and then the other like one to the left. They had to tell the light guy like, hey, we just need the normal lights right now. So like I said, it was a production, and I
It
think
was.
everybody walked like money well spent.
Mm-hmm.
And people, you hear all kinds of varying opinions on Steve Carell, who's the promoter of the show in conjunction with Cam Betts. Everyone loves Cam Betts. You get varying opinions on Steve. Look, whether you like the guy or not, he's as professional as it gets, and that production was as fantastic as it
Yeah.
gets. So you don't have to necessarily like someone to appreciate their work ethic and what they put together for the athletes and for the fans. Because at the end of the day, isn't that what matters? You know,
Yeah.
they also went ahead and brought on the best expediting team there was. The 18th was there,
Yeah.
which is why, Justin, you talked about saw no hiccups. They're the best of the best, and that's what we saw that weekend. So kudos to them. Again, for those of you who are watching that don't know any different, this was very different from what we've seen in the years of the past, and now we're going to see, is this going to be the new norm? Is this the
Absolutely.
production value that's gonna keep up moving forward? We'll see as years
I I
come.
I really hope I really hope it does set a standard for other people, other promoters looking on. Because again, as an athlete, you want to feel appreciated for the hard work that you do, and you want to be able to walk across stages where your picture's going to look good when you get them back. It's not poor lighting. You have again, you want some production value for the work that you have put in. And again, as a fan myself of the sport, it's really cool to be able to sit in the stands and look at the production value of this stuff, of these events. You want to be able. You're paying for a show essentially, right? So
Right.
you want to enjoy the show, and part of that is the production value. So I really do hope that this set a bar, for the rest of the promoters moving forward. Again, there's a select few out there that do an amazing job. But I still think that if this sport is to grow and draw more people in, we need to have that.
Let's kick right into some of these divisions. Justin, why don't you start us off with what you saw with the light heavies?
Well, dude, it's interesting because as I was watching the show, I was like looking at these classes, and I was like, gosh, these guys look really big for their weight. I was like, you guys are freaks, man. I was just like packed with muscle. So light heavy to me was super competitive. I know Fernando won, but his level of conditioning was insane. He had to be close to a heavyweight on stage because he was
Yeah,
really.
he's a big boy. Yeah,
I thought that was one of the hardest classes um, of bodybuilding. I thought that was probably one of the closest ones. I know they're all really close, but I didn't see one guy in the top 5 that was bad. And so congrats to Fernando and Stephen Wayne took second. Huge congrats to them. Their pro cards and such a huge show. But whoever prepped those guys did amazing.
Yeah. John, you got anything to add to that? Those light heavies?
the light heavies, from what I saw, I was watching from the side of the stage. I was running back and forth through some interviews, but man, again, I was a light heavy when I was a heavyweight when I turned pro, but I was vying for that pro card for a few years as a light heavy. And I was even blown away. I was saying the same thing from the side of the stage. Man, these guys look really big and very well conditioned. Again, it was really cool to see bodybuilding and not just in the light heavies. It was really like the whole bodybuilding class, all the classes. They were all really, really good. So yeah, man, I was pumped to see like the competitiveness in that class. It was really cool.
George?
Yeah, just like you said, the guy who won, Fernando, he was great. Uh, and this isn't a slight vision, but I think this is when it started to take off. You know, once the light heavies got on, to me, like it just started to show. That's when it just started to take off. You know, and one thing I can say, like pre-show interviews, I talked to you about this, man. You keep saying your body, how do you mentality is that progression? You know, they're like, hey, you know, I'm gonna do this show. I'm gonna see where I stack up. You know, maybe if I crack the top 10 or if I crack the, you know, the top 5 or whatever. They have a more realistic aspect as far as, you know, when they're going to turn pro than some of the other divisions in bodybuilding. You know, so that's just one thing that I noticed. But this is the division that kicked it off. From this point on, it's just the show got better and better.
You know, it took it back to 10, 15, 20 years ago, really, where when a light heavyweight class used to be called out, you were guaranteed to see 40 plus guys, and usually it was the hardest division. We've gone through eras in the past where it was light heavies, then heavies for a couple years, and back to light heavies and heavies. But for the majority of the time, because that fits the height weight ratio of the best quality at that level for that.
Yeah,
And we sure saw it because you saw a deep class and you saw a good class at the very top. Fernando looked fantastic, tiny waist. He had the great flow,
it
easy.
did.
I think you're looking at a guy who now really will think about what road is he going to go down. We didn't have these options years ago. Um, as a light heavy now, some guys are going to classic and some guys are going to the 212 because of the fact that there's so much more size to get in the open. And some guys can make it there. You were a perfect example. You were light heavy for a long time and have become a very successful pro. You had Steve Wayne, who was big, lean, hard. I think you're looking at a guy there who's probably going to go into the open, but they have options. It was a great class.
A lot of these guys could go right into the 212 and do a lot of damage too.
Right.
You know.
Yep.
Oh yeah, that looks insane, man.
Yeah, I mean, just
out
big and hard as
The
nails.
options.
Lots of striated glutes up there.
Yeah.
Don, let's jump into the heavyweight class here. You know, we talked about you were battling as a light heavy for many a year, but it took you moving up to a heavyweight to when you finally became an IFBB pro. We saw a real interesting heavyweight class here this weekend. What did you see?
Well, I mean, first of all, I want to give a ton of kudos to the guy that won. Remind me of his name again.
Matthew Schmidt.
Right. I mean, his story is incredible. I'm not sure if you guys are familiar with it, but he had some gastrointestinal issues. He had to get surgery 13 months ago. Went down, lost a ton of weight, a ton of muscle, obviously through training, and then came back this year, big as a house, hard as nails.
And he prepped
himself. Wow. Yeah. And then he's an officer on top of that.
Yeah.
You know, so he's a full-time officer. I mean, just incredible. It's just an incredible show of dedication, and it's super inspiring to me that he was able to endure such tragedy. I mean, imagine being 2 weeks out from a show and having this intestinal blockage and having to go under the knife, get emergency surgery, and then come back 13 months later and winning. It's insane. You know, so I mean, kudos to him. But the entire heavyweight class is really cool. A buddy of mine, Nate Spear, was on there.
I was cheering. Super. Yeah, Nate was
he was a super. That's right. Yeah. I forget. But you know, it was just everybody was just so good. You know, it was really cool to watch.
Yeah, you know, I don't know if you guys thought this as well at prejudging, but Casey Castro, who's prepped by AJ Sims, you know, Cement Factory crew. I thought he was winning at prejudging.
I did too.
They took him off the end. He was on the end when they called him in. They went in the middle. His glutes, man, that guy was so peeled. I was like,
Inside out.
gosh. But I think Matthew had more size, and maybe that's why he pulled it off.
Yeah.
But I thought it was so close, man. Prejudging those two, I think it could have gone either way, and they both got their cards because they looked insane.
Yeah, they were both
No,
insane.
yeah, AJ definitively has now proven himself to be a guy who can bring athletes in top shape. Does a fantastic job. AJ Cement Factory, kudos to you. Casey Castro looked phenomenal. He was undersized. He just
Yeah.
needs more. That's all.
Yeah, at the end of the day, when you're comparing those two guys,
Yeah,
Matt
because
just
Matthew
looks
wasn't out of shape. He
way
was
too
shredded.
big for him. Right. Matthew
no.
was in great shape.
I
He was hard as nails.
Yeah.
think Matthew
He's
got
just
fuller and bigger for finals. It looked like
yeah.
he was a lot
I
bigger.
mean, did you guys notice the width, the clavicle width that Matthew had? I mean, he was walking across stage. He was like as
Yeah.
wide as I was like, Jesus Christ, this guy's
Yeah,
so
his
good.
structure is awesome.
Yeah.
I think you're looking at a guy. I can't recall too many national shows where we see a guy on stage and we say that guy can actually make an impact at a pro show if he wanted to compete right now. That
Absolutely.
kid can go to a pro show and finish in a top 10 unequivocally. Don,
Easily.
what do you think?
I absolutely 100% agree. I mean, he was so good. In my mind, yes, it was close to Castro the first, in prejudging because of his conditioning. But I mean, he just has this. He has that look. He's a pro bodybuilder. It just
Yeah.
for me when he came out at finals, I was like, he closed the door.
Yeah.
He did. He was a little bit fuller, but I think being a little bit fuller at finals, that hardness came through a little bit more. And like I said, it just closed the door. It solidified to me in my mind. This guy's a pro. That's it.
And then we had the super heavies, George. I mean, we were right there in the press pit, and when they said we're gonna rejudge, if we had earplugs, we would have had to put them on because people came rushing to the gate. They were shaking it. They were screaming.
Crazy.
I mean, since there's been nothing like that in any show at an NPC show since 2015 with those three guys battling. This matched it, and it might have been even more exciting if my memory because that, I mean people rushed that gate. George, you were right there.
Yeah, I was there, man. Like I told you. I mean, the energy just took off. As soon as they went out, like you said, it's a burst of energy that you get. It's like I've been training 16 weeks, and they're about to give me another shot. It's all on the line right here, and the guys on stage knew it, and the crowd knew it. And so they put on a show, just brought them over, and guys gave it everything they had, and that's all you can do. That's all you can do.
Yeah.
So
Work's done.
some guys may have not got the result that they wanted. Man, you can't really hold your head because I sat there and watched every single guy give it everything they had, and that's all you can ask for. And I'm getting excited just thinking about it.
Yeah, and kudos to everybody that came out and supported the athletes because believe it or not, man, you guys, everybody that watched the show was cheering on their friend, their family member, whoever it was. We feed off of that energy. I mean, I know myself. I just finished doing the Olympia, and even though I didn't get the placing that I wanted, every time the crowd erupted, I wanted to get back out there and get right in that lineup. So, I mean, you guys don't realize, but it does a lot for the athletes. We're gassed up there. We maybe went through 2 or 3, 4 rounds of posing, and when we hear that crowd go crazy, you just get the second win and you're ready to go. So kudos to everybody who bought a ticket, came out, supported the event. We appreciate that.
Justin, with those top 4 or 5, what did you see after prejudging, and then what did you see at night when they brought him back out? Because it was pandemonium. But you've got a really trained eye. What did you see? How things played out, and was there a difference between prejudging on Friday and that night show on Saturday for you?
Well, the super is very personally exciting for me because Jonas Beatrice is a good friend of mine. He's from Utah. And so I have seen him when he first started competing at the local shows. And he's always been really humble, a great guy. And, he's had ups and downs. And so when I saw him come out of prejudging, and I can see picks and stuff working with PGC, and I got to the venue, Chris Allen came up to me and was like, dude, Jonas, he's going to win this. Oh, yeah. And so anyway, but it's not just about Jonas because they all look insane. What I noticed about the super heavies, normally they're just taller guys and sometimes they're not as conditioned.
Yeah, they're never really in shape.
They don't feel their frames up, right? Like heavies or light heavies. This time I was different, man. These guys were really big and really conditioned. From prejudging though, I thought Jonas was clear, front runner. Because of his conditioning. I think at finals he came back even bigger and harder. I think Vito did a really good job with him. His body seemed to respond well to what they did. But I think everybody comes into finals better. And that's why they judge it. So they're whoa, all these dudes brought it more, and that's what made it so exciting. I had a bias because I really wanted Jonas to win. I'm glad he won. Big props to Ben. Right? The follow is that his last name?
Yeah.
He really pushed it hard. But that was one of the best super heavy classes I've seen in so long.
Yeah.
You had after prejudging. Initially, I wasn't real sure. Jonas had a film of water. I was unsure because Nate Spear and Brent Swanson, you both could see were in top condition after prejudging. So I thought you could have made an argument for any of those four being 1, 2,
Absolutely.
and you saw Jonas there. Now, obviously, the judges are in their position for a reason. Jonas came back at finals without that film, and you could see the conditioning with the size. He has some little bit of work to do to even out his lower body to his upper body, but he was the most complete guy for the weekend.
I think so.
Ben Rapala, I mean, it's a pretty physique. That he's
Very pretty.
the day is long. You can see that as he continues to fill out that frame. He potentially could probably be the best pro out of the group if all things are created equal and it continue to move forward. And then Nate Spear and Brent Swanson are the epitome of blue collar bodybuilders.
Yeah.
Neither of them have pretty flowing physiques. Neither of them have stellar genetics, but they both come in with the job done. They're always really conditioned, really hard, really humble. They do their homework, and they just show up and show up and show up. And sure enough, you see them battling for 3 and 4 at the hardest show in the world. So kudos to those guys, and it let a lot of kids out there, young guys out there, know that hey, I don't have these superior genetics like everybody, like a lot of other guys who keep winning. I can't compete. Not true. Those two are perfect examples of that. It's going to take you longer. It's going to take you longer. But they're up. The Brent Swanson is now 4 or 5 straight being in the top 5 at major shows. Talking USA's and nationals. Hasn't been blessed with genetics, so he has to keep working at his craft.
And the best part about that is if you look at somebody like a Branch Warren, never had the best genetics in the out of I mean but if you look at Branch Warren's career, he had an amazing career. Why? Because he kept at it. He came on stage every single time. He was out of his mind in shape. And he beat out some of the guys that were maybe had better genetics, better structure, whatever. But you know what? When Branch Warren showed up, he was showing up. If you were just a little bit off, he was eating you alive. So, to guys like Nate and Brent, and there's a lot of guys out there that maybe don't have as pretty. You guys got to just keep working and working and working, and one day somebody's gonna come up slipping, and you're gonna eat them alive too. That's it.
That was the best condition I've seen Brent Swanson at.
Yeah.
Any show I've seen competing. When he walked out, I was like, "Oh, karate, he's hard, man. He's skilled."
Yeah.
You know, I think this is an interesting topic that we were not initially really going to talk about it, but as we touched on, we're talking about 7 or 6, 7, 8 different guys here, and almost all of them have been coached by a few different people. You know, we've got the elderly statesman there and Chris Aceto, who had Jonas. I mean, if we were any other sport, we'd be talking about what is one day a Hall of Fame coach. Chris
Yeah.
Aceto's as good as it gets. Reputation precedes him. Uh, but then you've got guys like AJ, you know, who was there with Casey Castro. You got Andrew Barry, who's trying to make a name for himself and moving up the ranks. You've got Andrew Wu, who's out there doing a lot of good things. Brent Swanson was with Underground Athlete. You know, you've got a group of coaches now that are not only doing big things, but you don't seem to hear the riff and and the headbutting that you used to hear about back in the day. Have things completely changed, or are we just not hearing about it as much?
I think the egos have calmed down. I think, in the past there's been some massive egos, but I'm sure there's ins and outs. People have their rifts, their beefs, and all that. But like I think about people like Russ Allen, Adrian, you got Shane Hoon, you got work with a lot of athletes, and I've interacted with a lot of them. They seem pretty humble, and they seem pretty.
I also think, this sport has become so huge that, like, I think a lot of these guys, coaches, realize, you know what? Maybe I don't have a Mr. Olympia in my stable right now, but I can make one. I can help get somebody there. And there's enough food on the table for everybody to eat. That I think that's really what it is. Back in the day, I mean, if you had a Mr. Olympia, you were the shit. Now it's like, there's so many good athletes coming out of out of the woodwork that, why I just don't see I never saw the point in, arguing amongst one another of who is a better coach, because the truth is like, you're coaching an athlete, but that athlete might not be following you 100%, so it doesn't make you the best either way. Maybe you know your stuff, but I mean, I just feel like, again, there's just so many good athletes out there now. The business has grown exponentially. It's crazy. Everybody's got enough food to eat, so it just makes sense. Everybody just do your own thing and let the results speak for themselves.
Yeah, I think it's a combination of both. I think the coaches have the respect, and the competitors are humble. I told you when I was doing the interviews, they're not saying, "Oh, next year I'll be Mr. Olympia." They're saying they have a plan, and it's a detailed thing, and it's long term. So I think that's what we're getting.
I think you're seeing a more and more professional courtesy as well. Back in the day, there were less athletes, so there were less coaches, so there was more of a battle for the top 10 guys.
Right.
So now guys are going after each other and really needing to say things that they don't have to say to try and bring athletes up. Now the sport is so big. The list of people are talking about Aceto and Andrew Wu and Andrew Barry and AJ Sim, you name Russ Allen and underground athletes. These are professional coaches now. We can legitimately say, everyone wants to be a coach nowadays, but these are guys who are in the trenches month after month, show after show, year after year, athlete after athlete. They're proven. And because there's that professionalism to them, you see each other at all these shows. You have nothing but to have a professional courtesy, tip your cap. Sure, you want to beat each other.
Yeah.
You're as competitive as the athlete.
Of course. Yeah.
It's a professional courtesy to say, hey, I see that guy every show bringing his athletes in shape. You got to tip your cap.
Yeah.
You can't
I agree.
that. And the truth is, there's, like John said, George, there's so many competitors well, one coach can't handle them all because he wouldn't be able to give them the right kind of service and attention. So it's it is about education, but it's also about how well can you help that person, and everyone's personality is different. So, some people work better with other coaches, right? And the way they coach. So I think it's awesome. I think it's really cool that a lot of us, and I coach people, right? So it's great that we can all, like John said, put bread on the table, do what we love. There's plenty of athletes, and I think it's great all around. I'm so glad it's not this like war of the gurus thing anymore, because that's just bad for the sport.
Yeah, and and I'm always looking at it from a business standpoint. I obviously would love to see the sport continue to grow, and I think that like as athletes, we need to represent ourselves as professional as possible. But on the back end of that, we have our coaches who also, need to represent themselves because they're an extension of us, right? So they need to represent themselves as professional as possible as well. I mean, I'm sure you guys remember a few years back, there were a few coaches just at each other's throats, for a certain athlete. And it was just, it was getting ridiculous. It's kind of like,
It was embarrassing.
yeah, yeah. And the thing is like I said, if, I've been a fan of the sport, like many of you guys know, since I was a baby. And I want to see this sport get back on TV. I want to see big sponsors come back into the shows, and for athletes to be able to actually make a good living from this sport. But the only way we're going to do that is if we start treating one another with respect and professionalism. It's the only way.
Yep. Amen.
Well, let's hope that shows like this will go a long way in bringing that unity and education, because I think when you have education, people can make a more have a better clear understanding and make a better choice on what they say, what they do.
Absolutely.
I hope this is just one more step in that direction. Guys, Bodybuilding by Bodybuilders is back. Jon, we appreciate you being on as a
Thank you.
special guest this week. Justin, George, be doing this all the time. This is it. Here you
Yeah,
guys
great to
go.
be here, man.
We hope you guys liked what you saw. Please comment below if there's ideas of topics that you guys want to hear. Chime in. Tell us how we did. Tell us the good and the bad. We want to hear it. Until next time, guys. Mandus Buckle,
Take it
George,
easy, guys.
Take care.
Jon De La Rosa, Justin Dees, signing off.